Chiefs at Raiders. Chiefs 5-4, very much in it, despite two awfully unimpressive victories. They'll take the W's any way they can get them. Giants and Jordan Love-led Packers consecutively. At the Raiders, who have certainly had their share of things swirling around this offseason, and that is the understatement of the world.
Offensive tackle Mike Rimmers is out for the Chiefs in this game. And, you know, this is one of the things I think we haven't talked about too, right? So one of their gigantic focus all offseason was, well, we got to fix this offensive line, right? Well, Kyle Long hasn't been there all year. And throughout various portions of the season, one or two of these guys have been out along the way as well. So, like, they spent all this time and effort and everything to redo this offensive line, and they really hadn't had these guys out there together as it is anyway, right? And so it's almost like they've spent too much focus on one thing without getting it actually fixed, right? And so that's one of the things I think we pay enough attention to with this anyway. And then L'Jarius Sneed, their starting corner, is questionable. On the Raiders side of things, really pretty good injury report for them. None of the major starters are dealing with injuries for those guys in this one. But again, Gil, we are dealing with them coming off of a loss to the Giants that I guess we could, if you give a team a pass, I guess you could give a team a pass.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
But still, they lost to one of the more poor teams in the NFL. So it's kind of like, I don't know, what do we draw from that? You know, it's like
that was one of the 3 games that involved a pick six too.
Yeah.
Right. So like all the pick six games, whoever got the pick six won, and that was one of them. That was the biggest play of that game.
So 2.5 right now across the board, and this has not moved, guys. So it's sat at 2.5 since all week long. 52 is the total in this thing.
That's a good point. I think it opened 2.5, right? I don't think I've seen a 3, a 2, like anything all week.
Yeah, it sat there all week long. I think if you want I could be wrong. I think if you want the Raiders in this, you could probably wait until before kickoff, because I would imagine most casual money will come in on the Chiefs. Again, I could be wrong.
That's a good question. I would think so too. But
Sunday night game, most bet game of the week, chase game for people.
Get even deeper.
And people looking and seeing the Chiefs at under a field goal, and it's like, oh, give me the Chiefs at under a field goal.
I mean, I'll tell you just from my perspective, like, I think you guys have the absolute right bets of teasing up the Raiders, and I still somehow can't get myself to pull the trigger on that. Like,
I thought you said earlier in the week that you wouldn't pull the trigger on that also.
I thought I wouldn't either. And then, like I said, I found some stuff that's fairly interesting with this Chiefs team. That's like, we knew the defense has been pretty bad all year long. Yeah, they've been a little bit better the last couple of games, but I don't know if that's necessarily the case of this team. I mean, again, it was Jordan Love, and I mean, guys, if you watched the game, you saw there were opportunities. He couldn't do anything with them.
No,
you know. So I mean, like, I think to try and say like, oh, the Chiefs defense they figured something out. I don't think that's the case.
Well, the offense sure didn't, right? Yeah. Like, that was a great opportunity to kind of blow out a team, and that was not really a blowout.
They're allowing 6.9 yards per play on first down. This defense, it's
Yikes.
the worst. It's the worst in the league, and
that is shockingly terrible.
Yeah, and it's
6.9.
Yeah, 6.9 yards per play on first down. It's the worst in the NFL, and again, Jordan Love, I'm not taking anything away. I'm not pumping this defense up because Jordan Love struggled. I'm just not doing it. So, but the real thing here is on the offensive side of the ball. The Chiefs are 26th in the league in EPA per play over the last 3 weeks. 26th in the league in EPA per play over the last year. That is expected points added, if you're wondering what EPA is. They are 30th in the NFL in points per play over the last 3 weeks. 30th in the NFL in points per play over the last 3 weeks. Patrick Mahomes continues to lower the bar for himself. Season low 4.5 yards per pass attempt this past week versus the Packers after setting the low the week before.
Right, we've had those air yards thing back-to-back weeks of his career lows.
Yeah. He has 2 touchdown passes over the past 3 games. Patrick Mahomes, 2 touchdown passes over the past 3 games. And here's the other thing. The Raiders don't have to change the way they play defense to play this Chiefs team the way that people have figured out how to play this Chiefs team. The Raiders don't blitz as it is anyway. They blitz on 13% of pass dropbacks. It's 31st in the NFL. But they still get pressure on the quarterback with that front four of theirs. So they don't even have to alter how they want to play defense to play how you want to play against the Chiefs properly, and has been proven to be successful against this Chiefs team over the course of this season so far. Despite the fact that they don't blitz at a very high rate, they are 5th in the NFL in pressure rate on the quarterback. So they are getting to the quarterback with that front four without having to blitz. Also, as we mentioned, that one of the starting tackles for the Chiefs is out in this game as well. So Gill, after all this stuff and seeing like not only being broken on the defensive side of the ball, because again, I'm not pumping them up for shutting down Jordan Love, but the offensive side of the ball is where they've really been broken here over the last month of the season. And you now get this defense coming in that plays the way that everybody has been changing the way that they play to play against the Chiefs. And they just do this naturally. That's just the way this defense is aligned. And so I think that they can do enough. Now, I'll admit, I didn't play the 2.5. I didn't play the 2.5 as it is right now. I will say this. I think if this thing gets closer to kickoff, I think it does move to 3. I would play the 3. So while it's not there for me now, I would certainly play the 3 in that one as we get closer to kickoff. And I do believe it'll probably get there. But I did play it in a teaser, and I did go ahead and take them up to 8.5 because I do think that there will be enough offense on the Raiders side of the ball against this defense. And I don't think that the Chiefs offense is going to be, suddenly figure things out in a week and figure out how to go out and fix all the problems that they have going on right now, And so I went ahead and pulled the trigger on it. And listen, again, I don't have a ton of outlay this week as far as dollar-wise compared to a normal NFL week, but I still like it.
Not anymore.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. After
Should be
this,
noted.
Oh, I
Should
should
be
say
noted.
like it was out there, and now it's already in the trash. It's already in these. Yeah, it's in everybody's. It's in the sportsbook's bank accounts.
As I mentioned to you guys earlier, the Ravens Raiders was my 6-point 2-leg teaser of the week. Now that the Ravens part is gone, I have shifted that to the Browns and Raiders. Yeah, I've always been about the Raiders teaser leg here. Last week, Patrick Mahomes 4.49 yards per attempt in a win by a starter. Keep in mind, that is the lowest such mark this season by any starter in any game this season in the National Football League.